So welcome back again to the Dora Show.
Thank you.
And we're glad to have you back again.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we can't wait to hear from you today. Yeah, we're blessed to have our guest back again, and she's a blessing, honestly, to our show and to our audience and to our viewers. Right? Yeah, and so maybe for the new subscribers, the new viewers, she'll have an opportunity to introduce herself so that we get to know her. Yeah. Yeah, so who are you?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, karibu sana.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back to this show.
I know, right?
Looks like I'm making this home.
It's home, actually.
Really, this is home.
Yeah.
Yeah, today we'll be having a casual talk.
Yeah, I'm
generally.
sure.
A conversation.
Yeah.
On personalities, temperaments, and individuality.
Wow.
Yeah. The correlation between them. And basically, we're going to define the major components of each personality.
Yeah. And
why should we learn?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole point should be why.
Yeah.
If we don't answer the question why, then this should not be there.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's no point of doing the show. Yeah, we'll be talking about temperaments, individualities, and personality. Yeah. So basically, that is what we'll be talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. So, what are these?
Great. These I'll begin by individuality. Individuality is what defines us. Yeah. I'm Rahab because not because of my name. Yeah. Of course, someone is known by their name and by their character and how that. Individuality defines me as when you hear of Rahab, there are many Rahabs in this world.
Yeah.
But there's one Rahab that you know that this is it. There's that picture of me.
Yeah.
My name doesn't come to your head as a picture.
Yeah.
What I do comes to you as a picture. That is the individuality. But what makes that picture to come out is what we call personality and temperaments. So individuality is intrinsic. Individuality is inside, the CPU that runs the personality. The mind and the body are in one, you know. But now the mind now is I'd use that analogy. The mind is what runs all the activities. Individuality is what runs someone's character inside. Individuality is God-given. Yeah, that should be very clear.
Yeah.
And God has given every one of us a distinct individuality. Now, personality is the manifestation of this individuality. What shows? So we could be sharing personalities and temperaments, but our individualities are very different. Yes. We might be having the same personality, the same line of temperament, but now our individualities are far apart. That is what makes me Dora. That is what makes you Dora, and that is what makes me Rahab. So what makes a person is individuality. And the classification of that for easy identification of someone is the personality and temperaments. That is it.
That's great.
Basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we will just be quick. Maybe you'll help us understand personalities. Yes, and maybe help us define the different personalities
that we have. Yeah. Sure. Generally, we have 4 temperaments.
Yes.
But now these temperaments, they're divided into 2. A whole session, but they are divided into 2. Yeah. Those personalities and temperaments, which are reserved in nature, they're called introverted, inside, intrinsic. Anything in. Okay? They're not showy in nature. Those are called the introverted personalities. They are those which are outward, external. They are showy in nature, high key. there's extroverted personalities. So the degree of introversion and extroversion is what now defines the personalities and the temperaments. Yeah, the degree now is what varies. Someone might be introverted, but to what level? Someone might be extroverted, but to what degree is what we'll want to talk about today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So basically, under the introverted personalities, we have a phlegmatic and a melancholic. Under the introverted personality, or rather the extroverted personality, we have a sanguine and a choleric.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, as I said, the degree of extroversion and introversion varies. A sanguine is more extroverted than a choleric. A choleric is more extroverted than a phlegmatic. A phlegmatic is more extroverted than a melancholic. Yeah, and the converse is true. Melancholic is more introverted than blah 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 as we come down to what we've said earlier.
Yeah.
So basically those are those. Yeah. I'll begin by maybe mentioning about a sanguine. Yeah, because these are bubbly souls. Yeah, very happy souls. Yeah, they show outwardly that they're happy. If they're happy, they're happy. They don't know how to sugarcoat. Yeah. They really show. Mostly they are media personalities because they want to appear in limelight. They want to
love
be,
the limelight.
yeah, they love the limelight, exactly. And like the other ones, they're always behind the cameras. Yeah. So sanguines are PR people. Yeah. PR completely. So whoever did PR as their course and their introverts, we are sorry.
It's not for you.
Yeah, it's not for you. So these are very, very loving souls.
Yeah.
They make friends easily. They're enticed by people around them. They carry aura around them. You'd always want to stay with these ones because their lives is they live a life of a joke. Yeah. They live a life as a joke. They they
don't take anything seriously.
Yeah, they don't take anything seriously. They're therapists of their own because they don't care at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You'd rarely find them grieving, or if they have to grieve shortly and they're gone. Done. Yeah, they're gone. Now the problem is this. Now that they make friends easily, they also lose them easily again. So it's a principle. Yeah. Something that you gain easily, you lose easily. You lose it easily. Yeah. So that is it. Sanguines also are very disorganized. Oh. Yeah, they're not just disorganized, very disorganized. Wow. Okay. But I know sanguines who are very organized. Yeah. Why? They realize that they are sanguines, and then they say, well, we can be sanguines, but still be organized. Oh, yeah. Now that is the purpose of this thing. Yeah. When you get to know your personality, and then you know I'm very disorganized, I should be an organized. Yeah. If I'm an organized sanguine, well, I'm good. Yeah. That is it. They don't have the second conscience. They'll say something which is kind of awkward and it will not bother them. Oh. Yeah, the people around them will feel like, he shouldn't have mentioned that. Yeah. Oh my God, he shouldn't have mentioned that. You know, those are some. Yeah, I mean, that was it. If something is done, it's done. Yeah. Sometimes if you want to know the truth, apart from the drunkards and of course the Lord men of God, these are people who will just tell you, you know. But the problem now is they gossip a lot because they have a lot of words. Yeah. So they'll always find a space to pour their words. Yeah. So those are sanguines. They rarely have things which are personal. Like, this is my personal life. No. they live a communal life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But don't worry,
Mm.
most of these things, 50 plus 1%,
Mm-hmm.
they are traits that you don't exhibit, that you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
So if you find that you're a sanguine and we are mentioning something that maybe you don't do, if 50 plus 1, I mean you are above average.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can define you through that direction.
Mm-hmm.
So basically those are sanguines.
Mm-hmm. We're here to learn today.
Indeed.
We're here to learn today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe a question before we close on that,
Yeah.
that point of sanguine.
Not really. Maybe
It
in
will
the
come
process.
with
Yeah,
time.
it will come.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the whole point of sanguine,
Mm.
you can readily identify a sanguine.
Mm.
Yeah. Sanguines they don't know how to be guessed. I mean, they don't know how to shrink.
Hold themselves back.
Yeah.
Mm.
They'll always be happy to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Up to task in this sense. They find you washing dishes, they follow that.
Mm.
They find you doing that,
Let me
you
help
kind
you
of
out.
have,
Mm.
they,
Mhm.
they'll always want to do that.
Mhm.
Now, the only problem with them is what we've mentioned,
Mm.
the disorganization, the detangling of friendship easily.
They don't know how to
They
keep
don't
friends.
keep their friendship.
Mm.
And then again, they get mad easily
Mhm.
and they get happy easily.
Mhm.
Yeah, so...
So, like, if they don't know how to keep friendships,
Uh-huh.
how does that affect them?
Good. If they don't know how to keep the friendship,
Mm-hmm.
they'll always be making good new friends,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll always be taking away. So
Mm-hmm.
their life is not consistent. You see, when you have a consistent way of living,
Mm-hmm.
if perhaps you have a project with this friend,
Mhm.
or you are running certain thing,
Mm-hmm.
you have a good relationship with your friend.
Yeah.
That is something that will last.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming you are having a project,
Mm-hmm.
and your friendship is your way of relating with people is sometimes a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You lose most of those of those projects and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is that consistency
Mm-hmm.
of beginning life once again every day,
Mm-hmm.
beginning again
Mm-hmm.
instead of the consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
In other words, people will not give them their trust.
Wow.
They know that so and so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
that's
you were
the
talking
problem.
about the comedian
Yeah.
being sanguine,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you talked about something, they would be bubbly outwardly,
Yeah.
but inside
They have a problem.
they're empty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so how could they be helped?
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'd say if maybe as we are giving a disclaimer,
Yeah.
this should not define anyone.
Yeah.
We're only giving a general.
Yeah.
I know of even my friends,
Mhm.
actually a very close friend of mine
Mm-hmm.
from a different institution at that time, who committed suicide.
Oh.
And it really used to make people happy. People were very happy around him, I'm telling you. But he did commit suicide.
And everyone was wondering what was it.
Exactly. And he wrote in that letter about everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's been saying he has been making people happy, but his life, he goes back and, do all that. So it means that they only want to do it for people, but there's something more than that. Yeah. So that is really a problem.
Mm-hmm.
How can they be helped? It is hard sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
If you as a person know exactly that, you can judge that, yeah, although you might be making us happy, there is something.
Mm-hmm.
You can always tell, your conscience can always tell you
Mm-hmm.
there's a problem. And such people will always open up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unless now someone is an ambivert, of which we'll get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're very extroverted
Mhm.
and introverted.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they might be stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, the next one.
The next one is choleric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
These are ladies and iron men.
I know.
They're doing jokes.
Uh-huh.
What are you talking about?
Mhm.
The likes of boys,
Mhm.
the likes of Idi Amin and all that.
Mhm.
The likes
I
of
know.
Paul.
Mhm. No jokes.
Yeah, no jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are up to task.
Yeah.
These are goal oriented.
Mhm.
Give an example of my neighbor.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have many neighbors, so don't worry. I'd give an example of one of my neighbors.
Mhm.
Kids would go to farm.
Yeah.
If he records in the book that 1 acre of farm has to be weeded on that day,
It has to be done.
whether you will do it with an extra light, it has to be done.
Yeah.
Yes. If it is harvesting season,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
until all the neighborhood knows
Mhm.
that if it is weeding,
Mhm.
all of us will collect ourselves. Let us do it for the kids. A is not flexible. He wants the results. Yes. Besides, he is a teacher.
Oh.
He is a teacher.
Oh.
In
Oh,
fact,
wow.
he once resigned.
Oh.
Yeah, himself.
Mhm.
He attempted to resign.
Mhm.
Yeah, but things went well, and this is what I'm saying. They are result oriented.
Mhm.
Yeah, they don't care about what will happen
Mhm.
to you. They are literally they are workaholics.
Mhm.
They want things done, things moving. In fact, for them, they're not maybe defined mostly by routines, but the results. They want to get things. They don't bother of how you're going to achieve it, but you must achieve. You get me?
Yeah.
So those are cholerics.
Mhm.
Cholerics are very good leaders because they'll always want to put things straight. They're always on the front. You know. Anyone cannot be a leader anyway.
Yeah,
that's for sure. So there has to be someone who is leading other people. So those are cholerics. So that's why you find most of politicians who are very successful are cholerics.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've said the likes of Moy. Yeah. But now, of course, some of them really misuse power.
Oh yeah.
And cholerics are not empathetic. Yeah. And sometimes the emotional intelligence is wanting because they don't know how you feel.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not about the feeling. You know, it's not what you're feeling at that time. Yeah, for them feelings is you get away the feelings.
Yeah.
And now the problem is when they become doctors, their patients suffer a lot because
then I think such people shouldn't be doctors.
Unfortunately, they are.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they do the work. In fact, if you find them in labor ward, the success rate is high. Yeah.
Okay.
As much as they will harass you and all that, your child will come out alive. You're not saying that doctors, we are now giving the warning slightly that you might be all that, but you should tolerate with people. You should be empathetic. Yeah. They're not usually, they don't have that empathy. They don't feel it. Why are you crying? What is there to cry for? Why? Why can't someone just do the right thing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know.
Why can't just someone be themselves? Yeah. So basically those are cholerics. Cholerics they're very social.
Yeah.
And they talk. Now they talk exactly what they feel like they should. They don't sugarcoat any issue. Yeah. These are people that tell you brutal truth as it is. Yeah. They don't know how to put it any other way. Yeah, just like that. Plain. Yeah. You can even see the letters of Paul telling people fully Corinthians and how that,
Was bewitched you.
It was bewitched you, I know. Who does that? But anyway, his gospel has been changing people, you know.
I know.
And that was the best way you would preach the gospel.
Yeah.
We have such people, if they use their temperaments rightly, they're going to bring souls to Christ. Sure. If someone is a choleric and other is a sanguine, if they try to swap that, they'll be doing they'll not be doing justice to the gospel and any other field of work. So I'd say cholerics, very diligent. Yeah, diligent, not very, because there's a personality which is very diligent. And then they can be users. Yeah, they can really be users. As far as they'll see they'll achieve something out of you. Yeah, they'll stick around you. Yeah. In fact, if they say that you're the person who will give them results, and he has other 10 people who will give them close to results, he's going to check all the others. He is going to remove all that and remain with one, because they are result oriented. Yeah. For them is results all the time. Yeah. And then they are manipulative and dictators. Yeah. They're the bosses. Yeah. I mean, it's me all the time. So if they're able to get rid of the bad side, I mean, things can be very straight. Yeah. If they're able to have an integrity in how that, they can do a very great work. Yeah. So basically, those are cholerics. Those are cholerics.
Okay.
Yeah. And then now, they don't talk as much as sanguines. Yeah. Just to signate what we earlier said.
Yeah.
They don't talk as much as sanguines. And then we can now move to the introverts. Yeah. Allow me begin with the phlegmatics. And these are the most emotionally stable. They'll play reverse psychology throughout. Yeah. They know this is what you might want. They'll turn it back and then give you what exactly you want. Yeah. They'll always give you what you want, but they have what they want. So a typical phlegmatic, if you're there, they'll do what you want. If they're in the space, they'll do what they want. Yeah. They're pleasers. But people find it easy to work with them because they can fit in any other group. If sanguine wants to go for hiking, well, let's go to hiking. Yeah. And they'll just keep quiet and, it'll just be like, okay, let's go. But deep inside, if you ask him, did you really want to go to hike? He's like, nah. What do you mean? Just like that. So those are phlegmatics. Yeah. They're very cunning. They are very cunning. You can never know their true mind. Yeah. Yeah. And they're the true definition of a double-minded man is very unstable in his ways. But now the problem is, it's not that typically they are double-minded. But the situation that they are defines them as double-minded because they have something else in mind, but they give you something else. As far as you said, as far as it's something that can give peace, because what defines them is peace. And their space. Okay, let me just do it. Is it something that can we can flow with it, And then they are what can I say about phlegmatics? They are artistic in nature. They make very good artists. They can draw. They can paint because they can praise little details, and then they are thrilled by those details that come from it. So if by chance, especially those who are homeschooling and parents who and teachers who are doing that and that, if you have students who are phlegmatic, you can easily notice that they love things which are slow paced in nature. Things which contains details that will take time and that. So they'll really take their time. They're very stubborn. They're very stubborn, and they can literally be pushed. they can be like, okay, as far as you exceed the elastic limit, they're like, I'm not gonna do this. You do it.
You're good at a point
Yeah.
where they reach the elastic limit.
Exactly. Yeah, they still play within that, they still obey Hooke's law until you surpass that elastic limit. You're like, nah, you can't do this. They don't like changes. If they found, if they put their bed this way,
they want it that way all the time.
the rest of their lives. Yes. And they really get affected when they lose their loved ones, because that is a paradigm shift for them. That is a total a shift of mind for them. So for them, they would want a life which is a bit boring, I'd say, because their life generally it's a bit. They don't say that. They don't want to spice their life so much. They are very content with life.
With what they have.
Yeah, with what they have. And most of them are minimalist. Yeah. And they live a very minimal life. Unlike sanguines, they live a life of abundance. Yeah. If it's an adventure with some few people, they don't even want to get into that picture. They're always people of back end. They don't want to be in the big picture.
Yeah.
If today they design something, they'll give credits to whoever aired the design.
Not themselves.
Who in the real sense is the person. Yeah. So they play very low key, so I would say that. So one big strength about them is the fact that they love peace. Now the same peace, now the problem is they live and say lies for the peace. Now that is a strength.
To obtain that peace.
Yeah. Now that is the problem. That is a strength / a demerit. It's a problem. Because if I have to lie to be peaceful, then I would rather say the truth. Yeah, and have chaos.
Yeah.
But a sanctified phlegmatic will always find a way of telling the truth without necessarily causing chaos. They withdraw every other time when there is a problem. Yeah, they are avoidance. If there is a problem, they would rather go and deal with it later. They'll keep postponing their issues. They don't deal with their issues there and there. Yeah, they don't deal with issues when they are out of hand. Yeah. So basically, those are phlegmatics.
Yeah.
And lastly, we have
melancholics.
melancholics. These are very detailed people, very detailed. And melancholies are, you can find them very boring. But those people who operate within the same line of thought find them very interesting. Because you can have them keep quiet the rest of the meeting, but when they speak, that will be the final, that is what you are looking for all along. And they're like, you know what, let me hear what you guys are saying. They'll analyze and then they're like, can I say something? And that is what will give the correct thing. They make good judges because they are very analytical. They know there's a lie there, there's a problem there. Most of these things are nurtured. And someone can be a good judge if they only want to be, by the grace of God. Now, melancholies take their time in making decisions. Most of them marry too late, unfortunately. Most of them make decisions when it's too late. But now, they make tangible decisions. They look everything, they put everything in its place before they do anything. By that time they're doing something, they've already they already know what problem will it come along. Do they have a solution to it? This and that and that and that and all that. So they make very good doctors because they are very analytical. They look at the disease and check the details and how that they are very moody. Yeah. Something small for them is a problem. It's something to be analyzed. Yeah. It's something to be looked into. Yeah. I have a friend who is very analytical. He would write, I know that friend knows himself. In case he gets to watch this. But it's not moody. That is the good part of it. If he's baking, he'll write everything in details and then analyze the previous mistake. If these other mistakes comes up, he would ask himself why. He needs to know why. So those people are very analytical, and they're very good with the tech stuff, especially the software part. Yeah, because they need that silence. They don't want to interact with people mostly. Of course, they interact with people, but it's not their thing. It's not their thing. They don't. Their energy comes from within. They'll push themselves. It doesn't depend with. You're relating. I think we are already saying someone I know. So that is a general view of them. Maybe we can give an example of each, and then a sanguine, if they're washing dishes, they'll as far as they're washed, and then they put their dishes there. That is okay. A choleric would want to wash those dishes in time and in the right time, and it doesn't also matter so much how they'll put it. A phlegmatic will decide when to wash.
When they feel like.
When they feel like, and they'll do it very passionately when they feel like. But again, if they're forced to do, they're going to do it. They will not say no, but they will do it best when they have the energy. Now, the melancholies will not only wash on time, they will arrange it. If it's the saucepans, they will make it as shiny as possible. Cholerics have that aspect also. They will want to make, if it is white cups on one line, green cups as you go like that. Spoons, they don't just put like this. They have a way of doing things, a very different way. And we also mentioned in our previous video that they are skewed to being to having OCD. If they don't take care, they're heading that direction. They will do it in excess. But a balanced melancholy will just do things at the right time, at the right place, in the right manner. So that is it, including other activities. One example of a phlegmatic is when they ask questions. Unless you tell them, Dora, can you say that? They have the answer and they know it is right. But unless you tell them, please answer that, they'll never answer.
Just keep quiet.
They cannot volunteer. You cannot say today, who is going to cook for us in the kitchen today? No. For phlegmatics, you need to set the time there, and unless you tell them, do it. They are going to do it. For cholerics, they're the ones who will say, can you do it? Yes.
The bosses in the house.
The bosses in the house, they're very bossy. And for sanguines, sometimes they volunteer, sometimes they may not. So basically, and for melancholics, they have to think about it, whether they will volunteer or not. If they have time to volunteer, then they yes. Will. But for sanguines, they're very spontaneous. Whether they have time, they may even volunteer and realize that the activities was even collide with something else. And of course, they don't keep their promises. So they don't even care if they will show up or not. So basically, that is what defines them. I'll talk about how they socialize. And sometimes when these personalities has not been sanctified, sanctified means the bad side has not been taken away. It is always a problem. Okay, because if a choleric and a choleric meet, there's always a problem. We have already seen that in our social meetings. Because these ones wants to dictate differently. Now the individuality comes in.
Yeah.
Both of them are cholerics, but the individuality tells them no, you're not the same. Yeah. The other one will be running their different direction. So we will want to have a phlegmatic in that kind of a setup. So that phlegmatic will say, okay, what do you want us to do? We will do this. We will want a sanguine in that kind of a setup. We will not also want the two sanguines to meet, because one, they will decide to do the work. They will move with feelings. They will, we can neither do it or not. Yeah. So we want a choleric will tell them, no, we want the results.
I know.
So in other words, you're saying there's no personality which is above the other.
Yeah.
The whole thing is we have to reach to that level where someone is so confused. Are you a choleric? Are you a phlegmatic? Are you a melancholic? Are you a sanguine? Because the bad side has been get rid of. Something which you have worked so much so that you have a refined character. Because at the end of the day, all these personalities is just a drama, They're just dramas, but they're good as well, because they give us categories of understanding people. But at the end of the day, what is the character that comes as a result of this? So if you're a sanguine, then I know I have to work on this part. And I know people are relating that, so I've been having a problem with so and so. And you should know that that one is a choleric, so I should be handling him in this manner. A choleric should also know that I should be handling. So if we all know that I should handle this person in this manner, that will be okay. And that does not give any room to saying that, this is how I do my stuff. That is pride. Okay? That should not that should not give a room to someone to say, in my home we have people we get angry very fast. That should not be the case. It is not a DNA thing. I think we should be very clear about it. You might have inherited those tendencies of becoming, but you have not inherited the real thing. So the environment will shape you. So it is up to you to flow with it. I've really talked much, so you may want to say something.
I think in between we've talked, and I'm really glad we're getting to learn about these things, so that we get to understand ourselves better and make a better society.
Indeed.
And a better Christian.
Indeed, absolutely.
Exactly. So I believe we really getting to understand ourselves. Okay. I think most of these things people still don't understand. That is why we have very chaotic society. Very chaotic country.
Indeed. Very chaotic country.
Chaotic country. And we pray that the Lord will help us to understand into details these things, that we have a better future. So I don't know, unless you have something, maybe a wrap up.
Maybe because most of these things are geared towards social relation. Because the whole point is correlation within the society. It will be very, very prudent for me to mention that also. At a level of a spouse level, a husband and a wife, you should be able to understand your person, and people should not have a mistake of taking. Of course, a personality can be, it's not something big, it's not a big deal, but individuality should not be swallowed in someone else. Yeah, if you find yourself you're a sanguine today,
Mm-hmm.
and in future you find yourself a melancholy,
Mm-hmm.
praise to God.
Yeah.
But your individuality should not change.
Yeah.
What defines you?
Mm-hmm.
What makes you?
Yeah.
If you refine this personality and you find yourself one day that there's something that's changed along the way, that is good.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole point is, even before we get into the unions,
Mm-hmm.
or those who have gotten into the unions,
Mm-hmm.
we should have a mutual understanding of each other.
Mm-hmm.
We should understand partners pretty well,
Mm-hmm.
more than the people outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If we understand personalities and temperaments
Mm-hmm.
within a very basic unit,
Mm-hmm.
then he who is faithful in little is faithful in much.
Mm-hmm.
If we can understand within that small circumference,
Yeah.
I mean, we can be able to understand.
Mm-hmm.
God will entrust us to understand other people.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to understand other people better,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not understanding your family members
Yeah.
and your children,
Mm-hmm.
that for me looks like hypocrisy.
Yeah.
So people should really make advancement
Mm-hmm.
in knowing people, knowing that I'm living with a choleric.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I should be happy to ask men
Mm-hmm.
if he wants food at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Not really food. If he wants this activity to be performed at this time,
Mm-hmm.
I should do it without compromising my individuality.
Yeah.
And maybe people are confused. How is this?
Mm-hmm.
I mean by compromising your individuality
Yeah.
is you're saying yes to everything. You don't have you. You are losing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You don't have a voice.
You don't have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing everything to please the other person.
Mm-hmm. A people's pleaser.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You're being someone else in disguise.
Yeah.
If someone sees me, if someone sees another person,
Mhm.
they're already seeing Rahab in that person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you've seen that severally.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, is this not Kibaki?
Mm-hmm.
This is Kibaki. This is how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Imitation,
Mhm.
working like them, all that.
Mm-hmm.
That is now compromising individuality.
Mm-hmm.
There's no problem if you'd want today to shift from a sanguine to a melancholic.
Mm-hmm.
Work towards achieving that.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be you.
Just be you.
Mhm.
Just be you.
Mhm.
Maintain your individuality.
Yeah.
So we can just, a punchline is maintain your individuality.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. As
And
you
no-
work on the negativities.
I should work on the negativities and the temperaments.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we should work to improve on the other person's temperament and personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is our due. That will be our due diligence.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It will be very selfless of us
Mhm.
to help other people. If we help other people,
Mhm.
we can be able to help ourselves.
Yeah.
If we understand other people,
Mhm.
we can be able to
Understand
Yeah.
ourselves.
If the Bible says, show yourself friendly. If you want to make friends with that friend.
Mhm.
Yeah, so basically it's that simple.
Wow.
So there's a lot to talk about temperaments and personality,
Mm.
but today we might want to pause it at
stop
that
it
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, we're grateful to have you once
Thank
again.
you. I'm
May
grateful.
God bless you
Thank you
for
so
honoring
much.
our call.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm always blessed
Wow,
to be
glad.
around here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Yeah,
too.
so once again, you'll share your handles
Okay.
so that people get to know where they can find you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your number?
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
My number is +254
Yeah.
712
Mhm.
829 259.
Mm-hmm.
And then email is rahabsongol@gmail.com.
Yes.
Facebook
Mhm.
is Rahab Cheptanui Songol.
Mm-hmm.
And then TikTok is Nui Rahab Songol.
Wow.
And then I think I have a YouTube channel,
Mm-hmm.
not currently functional.
I think you should. You should make it active.
I should.
Exactly.
I need a push.
Yeah.
Your audience should tell me whether,
Yeah, she need
whether
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, she need one,
sure.
an active one.
Indeed.
Exactly.
Indeed. I should be very consistent.
Yeah, so that you could cover these things into details.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So YouTube channel is Nui Rahab Songol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So maybe the last question for you.
Yeah.
We have defined most of these things.
Yeah.
You might have been knowing your temperament before.
Yeah.
Maybe you can
Is
tell
it,
us
is it
the one
is
which
it
is
for me
relatable
or for the audience?
for you, and then the audience they will try for us.
Exactly.
Yeah, which one
Comment.
was so relatable for you? You're like, man,
Yeah,
that
me.
was me.
That's
That
me.
was me.
Yeah.
Now to you. Yeah.
So what are you asking exactly?
Which one was more relatable to you? Which
To
one
me.
do you feel, or rather, maybe you knew, and it will really help the audience know that we are not talking about the rocket science.
Yeah. Now, based on your definitions and your examples, I would say I am more of a melancholy and a choleric.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your primary is melancholy.
Yeah.
Which now is the big part of you. And then your secondary is choleric. Yeah. Which manifests itself in a mild way. Yeah. So you are an extreme melancholy and a mild choleric. Yeah. So you are an ambivert. So I wanted to make that point home. So someone can be an introvert, an extrovert,
slightly extrovert.
Yeah. So that is an introvert, an ambivert. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
Wow. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. So maybe I can give them assignment. You can tell me which
you have an assignment
which
today.
Of this assignment today. This is weird, right?
I know.
Yeah. They help me identify my temperament.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that is it. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Help her identify her temperament.
I'd be glad.
That is a serious assignment.
Very serious one.
We are waiting.
Yeah.
We are waiting to see that in the comment section.
Indeed.
That was nice.
Sure.
It was nice having you.
It is nice being in this show.
Wow.
Always. Yeah.
We're glad.
I'm glad.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This was the Dora Show, and of course, I'm your host, Doreen. Thank you so much, and welcome once again.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.